To the person that says Black Lives Matter is a racist statement, I would say a plethora of things. It sounds like a defense mechanism or even a statement from an elite disposition. But I don't believe that African Americans can be racist by definition. Prejudice for sure, extremely biased for sure. But racism is solely dependent on a majority culture attempting to, for lack of a better term, prey on a minority culture. So I don't believe any minorities can be racist by definition. So that's A. B, usually when people say that Black Lives Matter is a racist statement, it's in an attempt for the person that said it initially not to say it anymore. Like, hey, Black Lives Matter, that's racist. It's kind of like, hey, we don't want to hear that. So benefit of the doubt for that person. Let's say Black Lives Matter was racist, which again, I don't believe it is. But it's kind of like, well, let's get to why I have to tell you that Black Lives Matter. We'll get to the fact that it's kind of getting under your skin in a second. But the fact that I have to say it is because of the events of the day, the events of the week, months, and as you said, years and years and years of extreme prejudice and racism on a particular group of people. The response to Black Lives Matter is all lives matter. For most people. It's kind of like, hey, that's racist. Everybody matters. We're all lives do matter. It's a very true statement. But at the moment, the government, police forces, and media are screaming that African American lives do not matter. When a young man is shot within 6 seconds as police pull up to a park because he has a BB gun, or an older gentleman is choked to death over cigarettes, or shot in the chest over selling CDs, or just the other day there was an African American therapist who his patient, was having an episode, and he's the therapist is literally laying in the street with his hands up, like, hey, I'm here for get shot for those sort of things. Sandra Bland, Freddie Gray, Trayvon Martin, it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And what happens is the incident happens, there's uproar, and then there's silence. And within the silence, what's not happening is any sort of major prosecution or conviction. So what's being told to us is, hey, these things are actually happening. You're seeing them on cell phones. You're seeing them on the internet. You're seeing them on video. But we don't really plan to do anything about it. That tells me that African American life of that young man, of that older man, of that woman, whoever, does not matter. Which is why I have to tell you that Black Lives Matter. So again, devil's advocate, benefit of the doubt. If someone does indeed think that Black Lives Matter is racist, let's talk about the fact that I have to tell you that they actually matter and that you kind of have a problem with it. If you indeed do believe that all lives matter, then that means Black Lives Matter. White lives matter, blue lives matter, red lives, all those things. At the moment, we need to talk about these Black lives that are being literally murdered on video, and nothing is happening about it. We need to talk about that. So to the person that said it was racist, it would be a very long conversation, and I would start by saying that I just don't believe that that's true. And B, secondly, it feels like you're attempting to silence something that you don't want to confront, and we need to confront it.